YouTube, what is up? We are back with another day. Just finished up Fast Speed Day. We had, what's that? Ooh, a car got pulled over. That's trouble. I thought I was getting pulled over. I just saw it in the corner of my eyes. Finished up a Fast Speed Day. We had light bat and heavy bats day today. Working on max exit velo. Really working on the disinhibition today. I felt like there's been a couple times where I've been swinging, but kind of pulling back on that last little bit, like almost like a 98% swing when I'm swinging hard, not that 100 or 110% to break through a barrier. And was really focusing on that today. I think it starts sometimes. I realize it starts sometimes when I'm fatigued and like my elbow hurts or my hip hurts or something along those lines. Hip was last year. Haven't really had that issue, but I felt that last year, caught into a weird cycle there. And I've got stuck into it the start of this year when the elbow was really bad. Haven't had a ton of pain with it recently, but still stuck in that inhibition where like I feel like I know pain's going to come if I swing as hard as humanly possible, so I kind of pull back. And then you also have the technical aspect of like wanting to hit a ball at a certain point, so there's not a lot of times where you're really full swinging absolute max capacity. So today the focus was doing that, swinging at absolute max capacity, like snapping through the ball. If you miss hit it, you miss hit it. And the weird thing was we didn't miss hit very many balls when we were swinging like that today, but it felt like we were swinging at 101% today, 102% today. Felt like I unlocked another level of exit velo today, which was really, really cool. One of my thought processes there is if, just like sprinting, if you can bring up your 100%, you bring up what your current 100% is to like 110% with your exit velo, then your 80% swing, which is your controlled, relaxed swing, is your old, what would that be, 90% swing, right? So you're bringing everything up. So now if I can get my current exit velo, if I can raise that to 10%, then I can relax and swing even easier. And my exit velo is still going to be high on my relaxed swing. Everything's going to be good there. So I'm really trying to raise the extreme there with my exit velo. And I felt like we broke through some barriers with that inhibition, disinhibition kind of thought process there. So I'm excited for that. It felt good today. I didn't bust out the radar today just because we were in a little bit of a hurry, and we're a little bit of a hurry for this lift. It's already 8:30. So we're a little bit rushed, but we're going to hit some Olympic lifts and some squats today and probably rip some machines to finish. We're going to Lifetime, so we're going to get some of those Jocko drinks. Those things smacked yesterday. I'm going to get them to sponsor me, or Go Citrus to sponsor me. You will see one of those two on the podcast or on the YouTube series one of these days, I promise. But yeah, we're going to go rip some cleans, and I will see you guys in there. Let's do it. All right, so it's 8:53 right now. Just warmed up, got pretty cooked. We were doing some fluid stuff that not fluid, rhythmic stuff that Joel Smith was talking about this past weekend at the conferences. Really been liking that stuff. One of the cool things he was showing us was some shoulder rolls, hitting some nice long shoulder rolls to draw awareness to an area to make it nice and loose. And then once you hit the shoulder rolls, so you hit like 5 to 10 shoulder rolls, you're hitting bounces, but letting those shoulders move in that bounce. So the goal is to get that upper body kind of rhythmic, fluid, dancey, moving just like that, get that spine moving. But the cool part was the drawing awareness to that area with something that's kind of like stationary shoulder rolls. And we started to do this, and you can try it at home, but just picking an area, shoulder roll in here, and then jumping, and the awareness that that draws at the shoulders and how much more bouncy you can do them. One of the things he was having us do too was just same thing with the foot, getting that foot to move kind of side to side, get it nice and relaxed, and then when you're jumping, trying to get that foot kind of kick. I liked it, kind of cool. I need to be a little bit more rhythmic in my life, less meatheadish here. But so nice and warm up. We got to be out of here by 10, or we're gonna get kicked out. So we got some power cleans here. We just got cleans from the ground here. Threes and the singles. Keep it basic. Keep ripping these. Let's go. Now, why does that relaxation piece matter, that fluidity piece, that rhythmic piece matter? To me, and I know this hypothesis, there's no like big science to back it up. I think when you watch elite level athletes, and you see this in the triphasic manuals, you see this in a lot of even plyometric stuff where it's talking about the ability to relax is the difference between an elite level athlete and a non-elite level athlete. And I really believe that's true. I don't want to go full dancer mode. I think those guys relax too much. They have no ability to brace. But I think there's a lot of truth to watching really elite level athletes, and it's almost like the swagger that they walk with, everything that they do when they move is very fluid. I've been watching a lot of NBA finals, and Luka, I mean, I know they're getting beat, but Luka, dude, when he plays, it's just nice and fluid. Dude has that dad bod. Patrick Mahomes, when he throws, it's like the fluidness into that snap, and it's when you apply force. And I think just getting some bits and pieces of feeling that and seeing that and not just forcing everything can be super important into training. And again, it's just a super non-touched, low-hanging piece of fruit in training because it looks goofy, it looks silly. You really have to find ways to implement it into your training without athletes getting all goofed out. But I think some of the shakes that I do, some of the rhythmic stuff that I do has helped my performance on the field. And in just the way that I move, I feel certain pieces of movement when I'm on the field. Especially in the outfield, that's one that I really notice it when I'm running, when I'm sprinting, just nice and relaxed, sprinting to a ball and feeling different parts of the muscle, which I like. It's cool. And it's something that doesn't take a ton of time to do. It just looks a little goofy, and I think that's probably why it's not touched on. And it's not cool to say go dance as a big head, meathead strength coach. It's cool to like go say lift. But I think if you can implement some of those pieces, which is like just calf jumps where you're shaking and just hitting some of these parts, is really nice for a lot of stiffer athletes just to get some of that relaxation piece feel. Obviously, you have to implement that into whatever the fuck your sport is. You can't just be relaxed and fluid all the time and walking around like this and expect it to transfer. But something in the swing that I notice is the more tense you are, the more you fight this, the more constrained you are in that swing, the less the ball goes. The more force you think you're applying, the more strength you try to put through that bat, and you see that with a lot of locked up meatheads, big strong guys, and they almost punch that ball rather than nice and fluid. The best swingers in a row, they're nice and long, and it's a snap. Everything kind of flicks through, and on my best swings, it almost feels, I had one yesterday. God, I wish I got it on camera, dude. Felt like I barely swung. I was just here, boom, and the thing went 350 on a line. Just beautiful. So I think that's why we kind of implement some of those things, and it's kind of cool. So let's hit this and keep going from there. The most heartbreaking part of this whole lift was that the cafe was closed before I got here, so I didn't get my Jocko milk. So we're gonna crush this, and we're gonna have to rip some Chipotle tonight. We were probably gonna rip Chipotle regardless, but just brutal. I was looking forward to, I was gonna chug one right before, and I was gonna chug one after, and I was gonna be a very happy man. And I got here and the thing was closed, but I told myself I was gonna be here at 4 p.m. and I got stuck in a not stuck in a consult, but I was in a consult, podcast, just so much shit today, and it didn't get here until 9 p.m. So a little bit of a shit show, but really wanted one of those things, dude. I think that's gonna be my new addiction. All right, let's get it. Let's go. I don't know if I've mentioned this on YouTube yet, but I got shingles last week. I'm clean. I got antibiotics. I got set for everything there. Not transmissible. I can't spread it to anybody right now, but I think it was just a lot of travel, lack of sleep, shit show like that. But it like 808 my entire fucking arm. But 2 weeks ago, dude, I think it's when the virus first hit me, and I was fucking dying, dude. Like I would sleep so much, and then like take a 3-hour nap during the day and just feel completely shot. Then last week it kind of broke out. My whole arm was, I had a little dot in the arm and it's like itchy. I thought it was a mosquito bite. And then the next day my whole arm was full of it. And then this week, so I've been on the antibiotics for 6 or 7 days now. And belts are starting to go away. Everything's starting to go away. But the recovery piece, man, I just felt like I was absolutely destroyed. And we're starting to get a little bit of energy back. So that's good. But still, like, just feel like a little bit lethargic from it. And I'm looking forward to it going away. But till then, we're gonna keep eating. Feeling good right now. Let's go. Oh, I'm gonna lose my hat. Oh, I'm gonna break my fucking. Try to save that and not break my microphone, but might have messed things up there. Hopefully not. Hopefully you can still hear me. Get underneath the bar. I'm being lazy. I'm just not diving under it because I don't want to squat it back up. But if it gets heavier, I'm not going to be able to do that. So let's do it. Come on. Let's go. We're going to switch to hitting some singies here to speed up this process. I think we're going to do these singles until we can't. We're gonna hit this front squat variation that Range of Strength just had on his Instagram. Kind of cool. The old school one is just a heels elevated pin squat, front squat, but it's cool. He had a cool name for it. I'll get the name for it next. And then we're gonna do some fucking brutal lunges down this hallway. I don't know why. I just decided I was gonna do that, but I like Will Rittel's thing: do something athletic, do something heavy, do something fucking hard. And we'll finish with something fucking hard today for no other reason than I don't have a ton of time and I want to get a quad pump and leave like I got a really good workout in, which I think I will. One of the things that I've been reading again, I picked it back up, is the Daily Stoic. If you don't have the Daily Stoic, I'd recommend getting it. I get it's like kind of a basic thing. I get Stoicism is kind of shit on in some regards and the simplistic way of thinking. And I definitely gotten too far into the Stoicism kind of mindset before in my life to where it's kind of just an excuse not to feel anything, not to react, to kind of be complacent in life. In some regards, but again, I think that's kind of a weird reading of Stoicism. That was like 20-year-old Austin's reading of Stoicism just to kind of avoid confrontation because I wasn't very good at it. Now I read it as just be a stronger person, give yourself a little bit of break in between reacting and not reacting. But anyways, just daily readings. For me, it's very peaceful. It sets my mind up. Again, it doesn't really matter necessarily what it is as long as it's something high IQ. But just getting away from screen, read something, meditate on it just a little bit, think about that reading just a little bit, and then go for a walk or something along those lines. Really helpful in my day-to-day life. And Daily Stoic is a nice little book. You can have the Bible. You can do kind of whatever you want. But I think just small daily readings that kind of reset your brain into, oh, this is the person that I want to be today. This is the person that I want to kind of become. I think we as humans get stuck in the, like, weird little games, and we're naturally very reactive, protective. I was listening to a podcast today where he was talking about how he believes, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was talking about how he believes that epigenetically we are kind of wired for war, and we have like a lot of warlike memories in our epigenetics, and we're just warlike creatures. We're very possessive, we're very like kind of fighting, and the more we can kind of fight that with new ways of thinking, reading, just small things, and the frequency of that I think is very important, because if you don't have that frequency, and I catch myself in this a lot, I find myself go back to that warlike tendency, that protective like tendency, that reactive type tendency. It's not the type of person that I want to be. I want to be strong. I want to be able to confront when I need to confront, but I don't want to react to some stupid fucking Instagram comment that somebody left because it pissed me off or something along those lines. And I think Daily Stoic, and the more that I read, the better it is for me. So just talking to kind of stall, but let's get it. Gonna hit singles now. Let's go. And on that Stoicism talk, today's message in the Stoic book, I'm not a big believer in memorizing every single thing that you read. I think you should read it and then kind of think about it. I don't think you should just speed read books. I think a lot of people do that just to say they read a certain book. Like, oh, I read 100 books this year. Like, did you really? But I'm also not a big believer in, like, you have to memorize every fucking thing in a book. I think if it's worth memorizing, you'll memorize it. I don't believe you need to, like, sit there and drill into your head specific things of the book. I think if you have to do that, it's probably not that important for the time period of life. Maybe take notes so you can go back and look at it. But I just remember, I had this gross interaction with this dude trying to sell me life insurance a while back. We were talking about how we read the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and he was asking me, he said something along the lines of like, oh yeah, a lot of people say they read that book, but can you list the 7 in order? And I think I mixed up the order of 2 of them, and he's like, see, you haven't read and spent enough time. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, one, you're trying to sell life insurance, you're a loser. Sorry, life insurance people, but god damn it, bro, I'm not a big fan of those people. Scamming. You get a text message out of the blue from just some dude you haven't talked to in for years, and like, hey, let's catch up. You know exactly what they're trying to do. Just the grossest type of people. I always put them on like a do not do business with list. Anyways, he said like, oh, you see, you should memorize the book more. I'm like, dude, I get the whole principles of the book, the whole general message of the book. I don't need to remember the specific words and the specific sentences there. It's like I took what I needed to take out of that book, and I enjoyed that book, and that book is very helpful for me. Like, what are you talking about? Like, and that's another thing. Like, 2 people can read the same exact book and 2 completely different messages from that book. And both messages are right. Both messages apply to their life in the right way. And you can dive deeper into the book. You have conversations about what the book actually means. But again, the whole point of a book, the whole point of this information is to better your life. And if it's doing that, it's doing it. Anyways, the whole book, the message today for the Stoicism was like, don't make things worse. And I like that message. It's like, don't be reactive, don't be angry. And when something does trigger you into anger where you start to see red, just don't make things worse. Take one deep breath, pause. Okay, what's the decision that I make? Again, that's not being... I think in the past I would have been a pushover and just been like, oh, I'm calm now. That wrong doesn't need to be fixed. But no, you can take a deep breath and actually strategize to fix that wrong. Like, what did that person say to you? How can you fix either that person's behavior, your behavior that caused that, or maybe it was your reaction to something, you were just having a bad sleep day, something along those lines. So I like that message. Don't make things worse. Take that deep breath, take that little second pause, and I think that second pause will allow you to reap the benefits. You'll gain 10 seconds from that 10-second pause of the anger that you would have had reacting to people. So I like that message. All right, we're gonna put in some EDM. We're gonna rip it. Let's go. All right, we're gonna make this our last set so that we can get to some front squats. We got 25 minutes left. Get some front squats, and I think these lunges are gonna take like fucking 10 minutes by themselves. So we'll hit the front squats, rip these, get in and out of here so we can go get some Chipotle. Let's do it. Woo! Let's go. All right, so these are Oldfield squats. You're gonna learn on the fly with me what these look like. I haven't done them before. Very first set, I just took off 25s and then cleaned this up here and put it on. But it's heels elevated, dragging against the rack. We'll see how the rack looks. This could be a total failure. Heels elevated from the 90 position. I think I might be a little too short, but that's all right. When I go one higher, it's a little too high. So I'd rather go too short, get a little bit more range of motion in there, or sliding against the rack. We're gonna hit some. Let's do maybe a set of 3, and we'll see how it feels. Let's get it. Usually when you're learning a new exercise, you should start with 2 plates. That's a good way to learn the exercise, I think, honestly. Oh, that's really annoying. Oh, yeah, those are nice. Good quad pump there, but this thing, they have the divots in there, and it's sliding against that divot and catching every time. But whatever, we'll hit like 3 sets of this, maybe 5 sets of it. We'll see, 3 to 5 sets of it until I get annoyed of these things. But go a little bit heavier, keep ripping from there. You can definitely see this one being an absolute moneymaker if you have knee problems and got to get those quads back up, ACLs, patients, MCL patients, dudes that just need to get those quads firing again. Dude, 1 set of these felt like fucking fire at 225, which I was joking. Like 225 is pretty light for me. Couldn't believe that was as straining as it was. Let's rip it. Second set. Woo! All right, third set here. I bumped the plate back just a little bit. Felt like I was a little bit too far forward there. So we'll rip this, put this baby up. Oh yeah. Woo! That is fucking spicy, dude. Let's get into quads. Going. Let's go. We're gonna rip this and then we'll end on 315 unless, I mean, this is gonna bother me. Not even gonna speak that into existence, but end with 315. Then we'll hit our lunges. And then we out ski. Let's get it. Oh yeah, that's getting heavy. Never talk shit to the weight, man. It'll get you. 315 is gonna be a send. Let's get it. All right, last set here. Let's go. Oh. Oh my God. We're sticking with a single. We're gonna hit these lunges. We got 3 minutes. I just got bodied. Fuck me. Damn. This is the hallway of death here. All the way down. We're gonna lunge it all the way down. We're gonna lunge it all the way back. It's probably gonna take a little bit. It's probably gonna suck a lot. We're gonna get it. I have no idea how long this is. Maybe 100 yards. Probably not 100, but I mean, it's pretty far. It's gonna suck. Here we go. Lock in. Come on. Halfway there. Holy fuck. Motherfucker, dude. That's some Alec Lennis bullshit right there. For the lower body. No goodbye message. This is it. Oh, I'm signing off. I'm gonna go eat some chipotle. Keep chopping wood. Let's go. Holy fuck.